Am I the asshole for not babysitting other kids even though I'm a nanny? Not on my main account because a lot of previous clients and friends follow me on there. I, 56F, have been a nanny to a couple, we'll call them Jenna, 29F, and Mitchell, 32M, for a few years now. They have been great people, and I also like the pay since they're fairly wealthy. They give me a big sum and I also love their kids. They have a boy, 4, and a girl, 5, who are really sweet and I look forward to seeing them. On to the problem. Jenna and Mitchell decided to host a party at a restaurant they live close to. No problem for me. I'll watch their kids like usual while they have their fun. They're giving me the rundown on things like the usual, but then something odd they said was, "And make sure the kids are ready to be picked up by 9:30." I thought this was strange, but decided to push it to the back of my mind as they never said previously anything about other kids and only said that one statement. Maybe it was just a slip up. About 20 minutes go by and Mitchell and Jenna's friends come over to pick them up. I'm assuming that they're just picking them up, so I go over to meet their friends and their friends brought all their kids for me to babysit. There was at least 7 kids. I pulled Jenna aside and asked her why their friends expected me to babysit their kids and to just get someone else to babysit them, as I only agreed to babysit her kids. She seemed taken aback and she said I thought I wouldn't mind since I don't do anything else with my time anyways. My husband passed 11 years ago, so I'm always by myself at home now. Which was true, but this was never part of the agreement. Apparently, all her friends were busy and couldn't come to the party because of the kids, and to save money and time, Jenna just offered to dump all their kids at her place for me to watch. I got angry and said unless she's willing to pay me 7 times the amount of money she pays me now, there's no way I'm watching 9 kids for the amount of time that they're gone. 8 hours. And I just wouldn't be able to handle it. Her face changed from confused to frustrated and said I should be lucky I'm their nanny at all with the amount of money I'm paid, and to be grateful and to do this one thing as it's just one night she just wants to treat her friends to a nice dinner. I was shocked and didn't say anything else and just left their house. Mitchell later called me cussing me out and saying how I humiliated them and embarrassed them with my actions and how they had to cancel everything last minute because of everyone's kids and I was a selfish, stuck-up, lazy bitch for not doing this one-time thing. I didn't say anything the whole way through until he was done talking and just hung up and now I'm really wondering if I messed up here. I really liked the kids and they were great people before this incident. Am I the asshole? Commenter 1. Not the asshole. It's just business. You're following the established contract. If they didn't want to be embarrassed, they should have contacted you prior to renegotiate. And by the sounds of it, they don't pay you enough to turn a blind eye this once in order to retain the job. Failure to plan on your part does not constitute an emergency on mine. Commenter 2. This was no failure of planning. They deliberately lied by omission to try to blindside her into accepting 4.5 times as much work without extra pay. Not the asshole, those were not the terms you agreed to, and they know it. OP responds, yes, and they didn't say anything about hosting a party until that day. So they already set up everything prior to talking to me about babysitting their kids. My guess is they wanted to already be too far into it and didn't tell me about anything, so it would be too late for me to back out. Unfortunately for them, I have 2 legs and could walk myself out of their lives. Commenter 3. They see her as an appliance, not a person. The child watching machine is acting like it has rights? That second that last comment was pretty funny. Yeah, you're definitely not the asshole here. I mean, they can't just dump 7, well, it would be 9 kids on you, right? 7 other kids plus those 2 kids. You can't take care of 9 kids for 8 hours without any extra pay. I mean, what did these people expect? That you were just gonna suck it up and be like, "Oh, well, now I gotta do all this extra work for no extra money. Oh no. What will I ever do? Let me just sit down and take it." Like, no, bro. Of course you're gonna stand up to yourself. And you did not humiliate them. If anything, they humiliated themselves. And this is like one of those. It reminds me of reality TV where like those snobby rich people are like, "Ah, everything is just going wrong in my life, and it's everyone else's fault." And it's like, no, maybe you're just being entitled, and it's really your fault for not like thinking more than 2 minutes into the future and thinking about anyone but yourself, right? Anyways, let's get into the update. Update. I didn't expect to be posting an update so soon, as I thought they would both ghost me and we wouldn't talk again and they would find another nanny. I was wrong. Jenna called me this afternoon. Hoping for an apology, I picked up. She tried to guilt trip me into babysitting for her kids again, saying how there isn't another one like me and she didn't want a younger nanny because she didn't want the kids latching onto her and calling her mom, and if anything, she wanted them to think of them as a grandma. What the fuck? She then went on to say she was sorry, and she was wrong for doing what she did, and wanted me to come and be their nanny again. I let her finish with her rant. After she was done talking, I said I was sorry that she was insecure about babysitters her age, and if she was that worried, then she should take her head out of her butt and focus on her kids rather than her business. And even though she doesn't respect my time and effort, I do. I told her good luck finding another sitter and blocked her and Mitchell. I'm still having a hard time finding a replacement, but at least I'm free from the entitlement they showed. I most likely would not have said all that and put my foot down if it wasn't for all the comments you guys gave, so thank you. Really downplayed my self worth as a nanny because I'm a caregiver for years, so the boost really helped. So I don't really know anything about nannies, but from the Reddit posts I've read recently where there's been like a couple nanny stories, it seems like people pay these nannies like really well compared to the rest of the market. And I'm sure it's because they do their job exceptionally well too. I mean, I could only imagine that if you've had the same nanny for multiple years, that she does a great job and you're really happy with them. So, of course, you're going to pay them more than what other people are willing to pay just because you see their value and other people don't. But then they just decided to try and trample on her, which was unacceptable, right? I mean, it sucks that people who make a lot of money try to kind of trample on people who maybe don't make as much, right? For instance, like they think the nanny isn't as important as them in their own family dynamic. And then once she quits, they realize how much of a mistake they made and they try to go back. But the couple didn't even try to apologize. They just tried to humiliate her and guilt trip her back into coming with them, which is definitely not okay. And I hope the OP gets gets a new, better family in the future who understands and respects their self worth. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this story. Let me know what you all think in the comments below, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.